Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the primary account, not the Let's Play. So I am overstocking here at Taupe Hollow. You can see Entei and Sylveon are both waiting for me to pop them and collect their stuff, and it seems like this Sylveon is having a good day. Just for reference, have a look at this. It probably was pretty close to max even before it double triggered there, but yeah, these Pokemon have been enjoying themselves today with a lot of energy, and I'm not opposed to that. So in this video, I do have a main session as well as a nap. I have been a little bit unsure whether or not to nap this week, but I've done it either way. It gives me a chance to look at more Pokemon, I guess, but overall, the Discovery Week is all about finding new sleep styles, and for that, most of us will need a high drowsy power, so I'm thinking potentially to not do naps this weekend, at the very least on the primary account. And then we can see where it takes us. Oh man, I did not mean to do that. Uh-oh. What did I do just now? Alright, let's see if this is the main session now or what I did. Okay, this is the main session from yesterday. Then I wonder if I connect afterwards if I find my nap or what I done, but I just confused myself. Alright, we have Dozang. I am looking for Fuecoco. It's the only Pokemon that I really want. I do have a Mono Fuecoco, but it's only got the rash nature and that's it. Nothing else is complementary. It's got Research EXP up and Skill Trigger, so... Alright, we got some Typhlosion candy. That is nice. I'm getting really close to level 50 on the Typhlosion. There's the Fuecoco. Let's go. That's amazing. Look at this little guy. I don't think I'll be able to catch it though. I'm concerned now because this is in the primary session. And we have a new sleep style in the Graveler. I should put up Skeledirge in that widget. Man, Skeledirge is huge. Like, it's basically the only Pokemon left that I really need to get before version 2.0, which is going to bring its own interesting layers of whatever it's doing. So we're going to have a look at the other side here. We also had Ekans there. Whoa, a lot of Pokemon. Houndour, Houndoom, Dugtrio, and Rattata. So it's only the Fuecoco here that is interesting to me in terms of catching, although I don't know what the odds are of me actually getting it. I don't think I want to spend the Great Biscuits, but then again, I'm kind of desperate for the Skeledirge, so hopefully I can feed it 2 Poke Biscuits and a Great, and that's it, but yeah. Okay, no Hungries. It's a blank slate. Alright. I'm gonna go and bargain for 2 Biscuits here. Oh man, I'm getting low on sleep points and biscuits and everything. Right, I'm real desperate, but I'm not as desperate to spend 2 Grace on it. So we got 1 point right here. Come on, game. Just need this to happen. It's all full. Unfortunate. Alright, well, we have to find another Fuecoco. Please show up in the nap session so that we can actually just continue our stuff here. Alright, I'm gonna send out the Fuecoco here. I think that is the better choice, although I think the nap session is gonna overwrite that. Alright. This part always a little too slow. I wish I could just fast skip this one. I already know I have more dream shards than I can dream of. And I just want to get on to the nap. So I don't know what happened to my nap. Did it disappear or... Where is it? There it is. Okay. It just did not allow me to connect since I already had an unreviewed thingy. Good. There's the nap. All right, let's see if we can find the Fuecoco. It is slumbering, so unfortunately, Fuecoco is snoozing. And I'm not going to go through the lengths of getting a snoozing nap. So, slumbering it is. 46 million. 8 encounters. That's decent. Houndour, Igglybuff, Vulpix, that is pretty cool. Charmeleon with a cool stance. Houndour. Now where's the Fuecoco? Why not? Traveler. Like, Geodude. Big oof. I think I'm actually going to go for the Houndour potentially, but not really. I should probably go for the Vulpix, for the candies, believe it or not. Because I'm not too big a fan of Houndour. It does have a potential Mega Evolution. But as of right now, it just does not do its job. I have a Berry Finding Tyranitar. I have a Walrein. The little guy's a little tempting, not gonna lie. But I think I am in need of some Vulpix candies. And what better way to get that but to spend more sleep points to get a Poke Biscuit to catch a Vulpix you don't need. I already have two pretty strong Vulpix candidates. One of them is actually Ninetales already on my team, and the other one is a lonely Berry Finding Vulpix, which essentially means speed up nature, and the good kind, and Berry Finding, so that is pretty strong. I wouldn't really want to go for an extended hunt past that, but yeah, my Ninetales pretty cracked, so happy about that. Now, we do have a Pokemon to review, which is great. And overall, I do think the better candy here is, you know what, probably Charmeleon. I know some of you have been trying to level up Charmeleon recently, and it's an ingredient mon, and so this is a tough call there between Vulpix and Charmeleon, but I'm gonna send Charmeleon. Level 60 is out. Ingredient specialists are getting a big buff. And yeah, here it is, the Vulpix. Impish Nature, I don't remember this one. Let's see, it's got Corn at level 30. Helping bonus, Ingredient Finding, Inventory, Skill level up M. Impish not bad, especially for a healer Pokemon, I guess, but doesn't really heal itself all that much. It's not Berry Finding, so it's going in the bin, but it was close. I mean, had this been Berry Finding 2 instead of Inventory L, then we're talking. But yeah, that's a pass. All right, so for my overstacking shenanigans this week, I have no idea where I'm at in terms of number of encounters. One thing you can consider doing while you are overstacking is to keep a count on the total number of triggers, because then you can actually estimate pretty nicely where you're at. So this is a lot of stuff, and this is a lot of stuff, and this is a lot of stuff. And I'm just going to overstack it so that once I get to Old Gold Power Plant, I'm ready. And not only am I ready, but I can hop right into an app and start FOMOing over the new Pokemon, because that's going to be a thing for sure. Today, we had some more news, and I think actually I'm going to put the main chunk of this into its own video, but kind of not, but kind of, let me think about this. Yeah, I think I'm going to just pour it all into this video, because we didn't really find anything, and we might as well just have at length a discussion here. So this update, huge. Version 2.0.0. That essentially means a message from the game developers. We're about to make some good big old changes to the game that you all enjoy and love, so buckle up. We have a new area. We have 6 new recipes and a new ingredient. Rousing Coffee. Now that is a little bit of a funny naming, but coffee it is. I actually predicted coffee as an ingredient, not writing every word in the dictionary, but I was thinking it's a good likelihood that we get a new ingredient, but because they hadn't mentioned it anywhere, I even replied to some of you guys in the comments saying, there's not going to be another ingredient, guys, like they haven't mentioned it any place. And then they put it as a point in the maintenance thingy, where usually just everything that they've already talked about has been listed here. But just, oh, by the way, we have a new ingredient on this new area, which kind of resembles how they went about Lapis Lakeside, but they mentioned it at Lapis Lakeside, which this is a little bit strange, not gonna lie. So 6 new recipes probably means there is at least, well, there's 2 new recipes per dish type. I don't know how they're gonna incorporate coffee into salads and curries. We'll just have to see. But anyway, I think there is a big potential here for Blastoise with the milk, because Cafe Latte XXXXXL, which is something I've been joking about here in these videos the past couple of weeks, because some of you guys have brought forth some monster milk production Blastoises, and Blastoise is a funny Pokemon because most recipes don't require a lot of milk. Now, if there is some hot cacao, coffee infused drink for desserts, then maybe we all of a sudden need a dish that has 40 milk and 20 coffee beans and, I don't know, 20 honey for that super big drink. I think also potentially there should be some sort of coffee chocolate cake type thingy. So we have coffee, cacao, milk, and honey. Kind of makes sense in a dish for desserts. And then for the other dish types, I don't know. They could do something really, really bold though and do cafe latte. They do, what was it called? The coffee chocolate cake, tiramisu. There's a lot of desserts that incorporate coffee. So what if they were to give out 4 dishes in desserts for coffee, 1 in salads, and 1 in curries? That could be pretty interesting. So we just have to keep our eyes out on that. Now, here's where the whole discussion is going to take off and probably not be entirely accurate with whatever is actually going to happen. But some speculation is fun. These are the new Pokemon that we are looking at, and presumably all of these will have coffee. Then the question is there a hidden BEWEAR here? They have placed SHINX in the middle. That probably doesn't mean anything, but to me, in this post, like, SHINX really stands out. And one of the things that they like doing here in Pokemon Sleep is they either make fan favorites out of obscure Pokemon, or they elevate fan favorites that were never good to begin with in the main series games. Luxray is such a Pokemon. It's been a lackluster Pokemon. Just, that's the way it is in the main series games for soon 20 years. Maybe this is the time when Luxray actually gets a favor and gets a little bit of extra love for a good reason. So Luxray, very cool Pokemon, fan favorite, but in terms of battling, not so much. It's got a cool shiny. It happens to be the gold shiny. And so I think it is likely that SHINX right here is going to be another BEWEAR at a new level, because it's a newer, more difficult area, and there's a new ingredient again. And so we have a lot of electric types. We have Raichu and the Halloween Pikachu, and kind of Pikachu to an extent. They're all berry specialists. Nice. Then we have Raikou, Jolteon, the Dene, Ampharos as skill specialists, but there's not a single ingredient specialist for the electric type. SHINX is a mono electric type in the main series, so it's going to be an electric type here too. And presumably, it has a role to fill in the electric typing. We need an ingredient specialist electric type. And it being coffee is a little bit funny. Like, get charged up with that coffee. And the remaining question is then, is this a mono ingredient specialist coffee Pokemon? If it is, that's going to be huge. Like, everybody's going to be hunting SHINX next week and the week after, and for the next 2 months. Everybody's going to be like SHINX, 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 SHINX everywhere in the chats and the comments and everything, because we are due for a serious upgrade in the maximum pot capacity of the various dishes. Right now, if I remember correctly, it's either the macarons or some of the other dishes of the dessert type that I haven't cooked yet that has 77 ingredients needed. I think, like, we did some numbers in the nirtheart Discord, and oh, by the way, if you're interested in discussing things as news drops and everything, the nirtheart Discord is a good place to be. It's basically 24/7 sleep chatting, and whenever something happens, everyone's on it that's awake, and it's just like in the chat. So consider that. It's the YouTube members. Anyway, talked a lot about that in the past, but these SHINX. If this is mono coffee, that's going to be a big deal, because with the new area and the new sleep style dex goals, then you can upgrade your cooking pot. And for that, they need bigger dishes. So they're either going to retroactively boost some of the dishes that are already there, or they're going to introduce new dishes, 6 of them, that will bring forth the maximum total dishes. So one of the reasons there is, well, the good camp ticket. Why do you really want a good camp ticket if it's not a good use? So obviously the 3 things with a good camp ticket are well worth it if you want to spend above the premium pass. Like, get the premium pass and then diamonds for the good camp ticket. Like, those are the 2 main purchases. Good camp ticket gives an extra hungry Pokemon every morning. It increases productivity of your Pokemon, so that gives more dream shards and candies and all that stuff. That's only 20%. One of the main things with a good camp ticket is the 50% increase to the cooking pot. And as of right now, that is a little bit of a problem, because even without the good camp ticket, when you get this base pot expansion, a lot of people and a lot of players will be able to just cook all the dishes just out of the pot. And on the flip side, it would be nice to get that added benefit when you do have the good camp ticket to cook some really, really big dishes, because the way cooking works is the dish level only affects the dish ingredients, not the fillers. And so to an extent, you want as big a dish as you can possibly manage when you cook to get the most out of it. And new dishes, new area, bigger pots, new ingredient Pokemon. I think Luxray could potentially be huge. Like, really, 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 really meta changing. We just have to hold off and see what the numbers are, what the actual ingredient list is, whether or not it's even an ingredient specialist. It's not particularly fast in the main series game, so I would be surprised if they throw us a real curveball here and make SHINX a berry specialist. And then maybe Grubbin is the ingredient specialist and Aron is the skill specialist. But as it stands, personally, I think Vikavolt, Grubbin's final evolution, should be a skill specialist of some new main skill, even though they haven't announced that either, whatever that would be. SHINX makes sense as an electric ingredient specialist, and I want a steel type berry specialist that's not horrendously expensive like the Steelix. So if Aron is berry, SHINX is ingredients, and Vikavolt is skills, that would be great. I don't know if I could see Vikavolt being a coffee ingredient specialist. I guess that could be interesting too, although most likely in the pattern of the Lapis Lakeside introduction, all of these will have coffee in one of their slots, and I'm just hoping that SHINX is ingredient specialist mono cacao. No, what am I saying? Mono coffee. Maybe too, to just throw a curveball at me, it could be coffee on the SHINX, eggs, and cacao. Because then I'm in trouble, because I am desperate for an egg farmer, and at that point I may even go for 2 SHINX and have double Luxray. But yeah, that's going to be a discussion for the future, because that's way off in speculation land. Now, one of the things that I did in a recent video is, let's see if I can find this. I had a whole document here just showcasing the different ingredient lists and all that stuff. Let's see if this works. Otherwise, yeah, here we go. And just for convenience, oh man, my voice is getting tired after this video recording. Alright, so I made a whole thingy here the other day and I talked at length about how we kind of need cacao. Excuse me, we kind of need eggs. And we kind of need honey. We kind of need it. There's not a whole lot of honey action. Maybe grubbing could be an ingredient specialist with mono honey too. That would be a little bit redundant since both would be bug type. But yeah, I think we are due for some egg shenanigans, some cacao at some point. And I'm just thinking it would be really cool if SHINX is coffee, egg, cacao. That would be a solid mix. Although we kind of need a cacao Pokemon too that is not as late as level 60 as there are a couple. We have Comfey and Delibird and that's it. We need some more level 30 or level 1 cacao Pokemon. So these are the 3 ingredients that I've kind of flagged that I'm hoping that they're going to fill in a little bit with a SHINX. Double eggs on a SHINX would be awesome with a coffee too. And then, yeah, that's basically it for this spreadsheet. I've posted this whole thing in the Discord if you guys want to discuss this with me at some point, because I find it extremely interesting to just list out all the ingredient lists that I've done here that are kind of relevant and meta viable, and then just try to see where we need some puzzle pieces to make the full picture of where we're actually at. So with these Pokemon, they're probably all going to have cacao in one of the slots. Maybe not at level 1 for at least 2 of them, but we'll just have to see. I'm super curious either way, and overall, version 2.0.0. Big statement. Basically version 2 of this game. Gonna be exciting, so if you're curious to stay up to date with whatever the newest speculations and discussions are, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you can also consider becoming a YouTube member to gain access to my Discord. It is lifetime access the first month you join. You just have to become a member on the YouTube channel, and then you get full access to the Discord, which is right here, and you get to keep the access as long as you follow the rules. So hope you've enjoyed this video that turned into a speculation news coverage thingy. I for one enjoyed it, talking here to myself / talking to you guys, because I get to respond to your comments after you guys watch it too. So alright, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in another video.